Hey, fourth grade, Mr. Gambruti here, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at division and talking about how to use our strategy that we've been learning in class called the Big Seven. So we're going to be doing two problems today. One, I'm going to be walking you through the first one, and then maybe on the second one, you can pause the videos, try and use our strategy, and see how you do. So in the first question, it says a bulldozer uses 144 gallons of diesel over a 3-day period to clear up a demolished building. How many gallons of diesel was used up on an average in 1 day? So when I read this problem, I want to think to myself, what is this problem about? What is the noun? What's the thing? Is it about seashells? Is it about cupcakes? Is it about stickers? And the way we do that is when we go to the question, how many gallons of diesel was used up on an average in 1 day, the thing in this problem is gallons of diesel. So now that we know what the problem is about, it's about diesel, we have to ask ourselves, do we know the total amount of diesel that the bulldozer used? It's either a yes or no question. When we go back, the answer to that question is yes. It used a total of 144 gallons. That is going to be our total. So we do know the total, and it's being used up over a period of 3 days. Since we know our total, that tells us it's going to be a separating problem. And separating problems are either going to be division or subtraction. I know this is going to be division because we're using the same amount over the 3-day period. Okay? If we were looking for the total, then it would be a combining problem, and combining problems are multiplication and addition. So now that we kind of have an understanding of what we're doing and what this problem is about, we're going to go ahead and set up our division problem by first writing our equation. It's going to be 144 divided by 3. And now we're ready to use our strategy. So we're going to be making our Big 7. The total is going to go under the bracket, and our part is going to go on the outside. And we want to remember 3 times something is going to equal 144. Okay. Now, next to my Big 7, I like doing my hashtag. And in my hashtag, I'm going to list out all my facts for my 3's. So 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 3, 3 times 4, and so on. And then finally 3 times 9, which is 27. So when we do division and we're ready to solve, we're always going to be starting in the largest place value. That is going to be the hundreds place. And so I have to ask myself, if I'm dividing this into 3 groups, do I have enough hundreds to give each group? Because division is all about distributing your numbers evenly. And since the answer is no, because I only have one 100, I'm now going to be looking at the hundreds place and the tens place. So it's going to be 14 tens. And I do have enough to give out to my 3 groups. So this is when we use our hashtag. We're going to be looking for the number 14 or a number closest to it. We can't go over what we actually have, so it can be on it or under it, but it never can be over. So when we look at what number is closest to 14, I see that 12 is going to be the closest. That means we can give out a total of 12 tens. The way we figure out how many each group gets is we count the position that the 12 is in. So the 3 is in position 1, the 6 is in position 2, 9 is in position 3, 12 is going to be in position 4. That means each group is going to be able to get 4 tens. So the way we write that is 3 groups times 4 tens, which is 40. So each group is going to get 40. They're going to get 40, 40, 40. Now we have to find out of the 144 gallons that we had, how much did we just use or give away? 3 times 40 is going to be 120. Since we're using that amount of diesel or giving it away to our 3 groups, we have to show that in our Big 7 by subtracting it out. So we're going to minus 120. And now we're going to see how many gallons of diesel we have left. So now we're just doing subtraction. 4 minus 0 is 4. 4 minus 2 is 2. 100 minus 100 is 0. We've got 24 gallons of diesel left. So now we're going to be looking for 24 on our hashtag. And I see it right here. And that's going to be in the 8th position. That means each group is going to be able to get 8 gallons of diesel. So we just did 3 groups of 8. That's going to equal 24. So we gave a total of 24 gallons of diesel. And we're going to subtract that out, minus 24. And that's going to leave us with 0 gallons of diesel left. Now, if you look down here at the bottom, I gave away 40 gallons, and then I gave away 8 gallons. So that's going to be a total of 48, 48, 48. Now, on our work with our big 7, we're just adding the parts that we had, which are 48, and that's going to be our quotient. So our actual answer to this is going to be 48 with a remainder of 0. There were 48 gallons of diesel used each day, and there is 0 gallons remaining. So the answer to our question is going to be 48. We're going to ignore the remainder. All right, let's take a look at problem 2, and this is where I encourage you to go ahead and pause the video and see if you can do this problem on your own using our Big 7 strategy. Then you can unpause the video and check your work in comparison to what I do. All right, number 2, it says, William purchased a bag of dry dog food for his Labrador. It contains approximately 198 cups of dry food. If the dog consumes an average of 2 cups a day, how many days will the bag of dry dog food last? So, pause the video right now, see if you can answer the question, what is this problem about? All right, if you said it's about dog food and how many days it will last, you are correct. So then the next step we have to ask is, do we know the total amount of dog food? Well, the answer to that is yes, we do. It's right here, 198 cups. So we know this is now division because they use 2 cups every single day. So it's 198 divided by 2. So we're going to go ahead and set up our bracket, our big 7. 198 is going to go in the center. Since we're dividing it by 2 cups a day, that's going to go on the outside. And again, I like to put that little times there to remind myself we're really doing 2 times something, and that's going to equal 198. Okay? Go ahead and pause the video, see if you can set up your hashtag, and see if you can solve this problem on your own. When you're done, unpause it, and then you can check to see if you got the answer right. All right, so I'm going to be setting up my hashtag, showing my 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So we're going to be starting in the hundreds place, and we have to ask ourselves, do we have enough hundreds to give our 2 groups at least 100? Since we only have 1, that's not going to be enough. So we're going to have to unbundle that 100, and 100 is going to equal 10 tens. And since we already have 9 tens, we're going to add those together, and that's going to give us 19 tens. So we're really focusing on this number 19 right here. Okay, so we're going to be using our hashtag and seeing if we can find the number 19 or as close as we can get to it. So as I look at my hashtag, it looks like 18 is as close as we can get. So I ask myself, what position is 18 in? It's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's in the 9th position. So that means every group, our 2 groups, are going to be getting 9 tens. And the value of 9 tens is going to be 90. So this group gets 90, that group gets 90. And so we show that as a multiplication problem, 2 times 90. That means if he eats 2 cups a day, well, so far, that's going to be 90 days that it lasts. And if we feed him for 90 days, how many cups of dog food will he use? Well, 2 times 90, that's going to be 180 cups being used. Since we're using it or giving it away, we have to show that as subtraction. We're going to minus 198 minus the 180 cups that we're using. We now see that there are 18 cups left. So again, I'm going to come back to my hashtag, find where 18 is. Oh, and there it is again. It's in the 9th position. But now since we're in the ones place, it's going to be, we're giving 2 groups of 9 ones. So now we're going to be able to feed him for 9 more days. And that's going to use up our 18 cups that we had left. So we have to subtract it out, and 18 minus 18 equals 0. We have no more cups left. So now we just have to find our quotient. The way we find our quotient is we add the 90 plus the 9. So 90 days plus 9 days, that's going to give us a total of 99 days that we're able to feed the dog when he gets 2 cups a day. So 99 with a remainder of 0. All right, guys, thank you for watching the video. Remember, the more you practice, the easier this will get. You just got to keep practicing, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a good day.